Dimitrios, teach me how to dance.
Did I hear you say dance?
Okay, so maybe I'm not Zorba the Greek.
And I'm certainly not the Englishman from the famous movie. That's my husband, James, and I'm Cynthia Dodona. And together we're known as...
Goddess and the...
Greek.
The goddess.
And the Greek.
Goddess.
And the Greek.
The goddess.
And the Greek. Goddess and the Greek.
Goddess.
And the Greek. Here in Crete.
Come along with us on a romantic culinary travel journey.
Cradle of Minoan civilization.
Starting with the drier, hotter East End
My Minoan.
to the greener, milder West End.
Everything is so lively. Look at these beautiful tavernas to dine in. You can go shopping. Families are out. It's just a really wonderful time. You feel as if you're in Saint-Tropez or another wonderful Riviera city. Hanya Crete. Bugatti all the way.
And we'll attempt to eat everything in sight.
We're gonna go in the kitchen and check out the horta, which is the basis for the Mediterranean diet and contribute to a long life.
From villager foods made the old-fashioned way.
We're making stuffed grape leaves. This is amazing. Domada. Nehi is the olive oil mill. Greek fast food at its finest.
We'll explore the seafood eat food style of Greek tavernas. Find seafood so fresh it jumps onto your plate.
If you eat like a Cretan, you will live longer.
And taste gourmet Greek food.
This is the way to romance the table.
From posh hotels
Seasonal, of course. Massage with your sweetheart.
to wineries to agro-tourism.
Behind me is the Hanya Food Market. This is a fantastic place where you can get cheese, olive oil, all the greens, and fresh fish. These are truly the staples of the Mediterranean diet.
And of course, we'll dance it all off across the island.
And swim the deepest sea.
Under the beautiful skies, dining on Cretan cuisine. It's everything I believe in.
Well,
Need
almost.
some water. Uh-oh. Wow. Fire water. You hear all the sounds of nature. There are olive trees, and it's so delicious to see how people are living in the natural rhythms of life and living off of the wealth of the land. It's everything I believe in. I am in heaven.
In Greco-Roman times, gathering at the table to eat was one of the main social highlights of daily life. Today, in the Mediterranean, this ritual of celebrating life around the table continues as a way to enjoy good food, drink, and company.
I was very inspired by my trip to the Mediterranean.
Bravo, Roma!
Athens, Greece.
I love exploring cultures, getting beauty secrets from Venus, cuisines and customs for creating a more healthy and uplifting way of living, and then sharing the wisdom with you.
I'm Cynthia Dodona, and I'm here to help. Romantic date night tonight. A Greek salad and my special sauce. Go in there and have some fun. Back home, we have a Mediterranean lifestyle, and we have to say that we do feel like Greek gods and goddesses.
Most visitors to Greece enter through the capital city of Athens. Make sure you see the Acropolis and the National Archaeological Museum before heading to Greece's big island, Crete.
Behind me, we have an incredible view of the Acropolis. And tonight we are having a Cretan menu. Crete is the place where the Mediterranean research for living a longer life began. And we can learn a lot from the Cretans. And we are going to Crete tomorrow. But when you are in Athens, I suggest you go to the Dionysus restaurant with a great view and great food and great times around the table. This is the place to be.
Nestled in the blue Mediterranean Sea between Egypt and Italy, Crete is Europe's southernmost landmass. Leaving Athens to Crete, flying takes about an hour, and by ship it's about 9 hours. Either way, you can enjoy watching the Greek islands go by.
I love the Greek islands. There's Santorini, where we were married, and now I'm looking forward to seeing Crete. Cynthia Dodona here, also known as Aphrodite, speaking the new romance language of love and food here in Crete.
Because of my Greco-Roman roots, I'm very passionate about the Mediterranean diet and lifestyle. Research for the Mediterranean diet originated here where I am on the Greek island of Crete.
In 1958, Ansel Keys began a 15-year, 7-country study which included Greece and southern Italy. This longevity research discovered that the Cretan villagers' Mediterranean farm-to-table diet and lifestyle resulted in the lowest occurrence of heart disease in the world. So what is the Mediterranean diet? It is mainly plant-based, low on the meats and sweets, with moderate amounts of dairy from cheese and yogurt, prefers olive oil over butter, and includes seafood.
I believe that food shared with others and made and served with love is very nourishing to the body and the soul. And of course, if you're with the right person, it is also an aphrodisiac. Aha! My Greek god has arrived.
We're in Heraklion, Crete, the seat of the Minoan Empire. Well, not Heraklion at that time, but it's Palace of Knossos.
Knossos is a must-see site when you come to Crete. It's a very popular site for visitors here in Crete. I highly recommend it because this is the cradle of Minoan civilization. Behind me is the fresco of the bull, which has had very much religious significance. And they also, when there was an earthquake, they thought it was the bull underground.
There are spectacular 4,000-year-old depictions of Minoans in sacred ceremonies, perhaps trying to gratify the bull deity shaking the earth below them. So, unless you were a bull, Minoan life was relatively peaceful as they ruled the eastern Mediterranean as an economic powerhouse, producing food, jewelry, and exquisite crafts. Or unless you were a love-struck hero like Theseus of Athens, who was victorious in saving his friends and his girl in the labyrinth against a half-man, half-bull minotaur. Well, you get the picture.
After you make your way out of the labyrinth, follow this road that was built 2,000 years before all roads led to Rome. It will take you to the Archaeology Museum, home of the most complete collection of Minoan art in the world.
Later that day, we put on our best presidential attire, hoping to meet the president.
We agreed he was all Greek to her, it was all Greek to me, it was Greek to everybody else.
Oh well, no presidential meeting.
Hi!
We're here in the center of Heraklion. You see the Fountain of the Lions. And the Bugatsa place.
Manja bugatsa. Cinnamon and custard. Like the sweet one. Bugatsa all the way.
Heraklion, Crete.
This is the way to romance the table. Behind me is the Venetian castle. We are here at the port in Heraklion, Crete, and we are dining Cretan style under the stars outdoors with the president. Chicken. Goat?
Goat, correct.
Oh, I have yemiste, stuffed peppers, and porta greens, tomato Greek salad, feta, and I have chicken with some amazing lemon rice. This is the healthy Mediterranean diet that will contribute to your longevity and have you living a wonderful life. And tonight we're going to see some traditional Cretan dances that are being danced for the president of Greece. Tonight I said, Nikos would love to have a picture with the president of Greece, and he said, I don't think so. But you never know, and so I thought, okay.
After a good meal and a little bit of wine, everything can happen.
Okay, enough Cretan parties for one day. It's time to shop.
Souvenirs to pick up while you're in Heraklion, Crete are copies of the Minoan art. The goddesses, the ladies in blue, which you can find out at the Knossos Palace. It's just a lot of fun. So when you get back to your home, you can remember your wonderful time in Crete.
Time to eat, and this time it's the fine food and wine at Olive and Mint in Heraklion. And when you're looking for more traditional taverna-style food,
We suggest if you come to Heraklion, Crete, that you go to Patoustas.
This bigger-than-average restaurant and adjoining hotel offers taverna-style food served with Greek hospitality.
What better way to enjoy Mediterranean dining outside in a traditional taverna in Heraklion, Crete? We were eating everything from lamb to dolmades to delicious
Rusk bread with
tomatoes, the
portofita,
Greek salads, the lemon potatoes, lemon rice.
I didn't know they brought that. Oh.
It is very romantic.
Owner Zacharias Patousis is proud of the ancient rock-solid foundation he has built his business on.
I'm in this job about 45 years. I love this job, so I'm 20 hours a day over here.
Wow. Are they recipes from your family?
Yeah, all the families.
We had lamb, and the lamb is cooked in a very traditional way. It's very simple. It's salt only around the fire. This has been done from... How long has it been done? I don't know. Since time began, people have been sitting around the fire, roasting their food. You said you get about 2,000 people here per month, or a day, or a week, or?
No, for a day.
One day, 200.
No, 2,000.
2,000?
2,000 and a half sometimes.
Wow, that's a lot of cooking. One of my favorite things to do is to walk around. Well, actually, at most tavernas, you can go and look at the food first, whether in the kitchen, and you can just point and say, you would like that, most traditional tavernas. And this is the best part of all, sharing a wonderful table with people you enjoy being with, eating delicious Cretan cuisine. We're hungry, so we're going to eat now, but we suggest if you come to Heraklion, Crete, that you go to Patousis here and have a traditional Cretan
It's amazing. What
meal.
a feast.
Enjoying the Mediterranean diet, which if you eat like a Cretan, you will live longer. I promise.
You eat like an ancient, you'll live ancient.
We are here at the Galaxy Hotel in Heraklion, Crete, a hotel that has been around for 30 years and recently had an amazing renovation that provides luxury and hospitality. The Galaxy Hotel also offers exquisite cuisine and very inspiring surroundings, and my favorite is dining al fresco by the pool. You check into the reception here at the Galaxy Hotel. The decor is inspired with linear A tablets behind the reception desk. I think it's a very wonderful touch that shows ancient meets modern luxury. Design behind the reception. How did that come about?
It's a modern hotel, and we wanted people to remember that they are in Crete, and we wanted to find a tasteful way to incorporate some elements of our Minoan heritage. In several parts of the hotel, you will see the linear A writing.
And for people who don't know what it is,
We don't know what it is. We hope it doesn't say any nasty things, but yeah.
and if you go down to the gift store, you can find the Economou Estate Extra Virgin Olive Oil, which is grown on their own organic farm. I owe all this to olive oil. Hello, we're enjoying an amazing time around the table here at the Galaxy Hotel, eating Cretan traditional food under the stars with Cretan music. Doesn't get any better. Tonight we're going to be dining on traditional Cretan food, and it should be a wonderful event. Kyriakos Liros, the executive chef at Galaxy Hotel. Well, the food you served us tonight was just so amazing. I mean, I just enjoyed the traditional Cretan cuisine, and it's very healthy for you. Research has shown that the Cretan diet actually contributes to longevity, and in America they've been doing many studies that started in Crete.
Yes.
It's just so healthy. Do you think, of course, it's because you use the freshest produce and you're
Yes.
using fish and the greens and...
The fresh products and everything from the island. It's very fresh, very original. I think this is the secret of
think
the
so
Greek
too.
diet.
Absolutely. And made with love.
Also that.
And then to be shared with everyone.
Yes.
Outside,
You
if
have
possible.
to cook with love to people you love or you want to feel that. A lot of vegetables, horta, yes.
Which is the fresh greens. There's so many different greens, right? Many different varieties.
Yes.
What was in our horiatiki salad tonight? The Greek salad, the little round greens.
Yes, it's a fresh green called glistrida, very juicy.
Remind me of a watercress or something. That was very good.
A little bit, yes.
But stronger and nicer.
Stronger
yeah.
and more juicy.
And the vlita remind me of spinach, but better.
Yes, more tasty. We don't have it in the summer. We cook whatever we find every season.
Oh yeah,
Because,
seasonal, of
yes.
course. That's the healthiest thing of all, to eat what's in season.
And I also like to gather from the mountains. I can visit our mountains. I
Ah,
like to do that.
that's probably how you stay in good shape. climbing the mountains, getting the fresh air,
Yes,
eating
also
the
that.
Cretan food.
Everything
Gonna live to
together.
be 100. And what would you say is your favorite Greek meal? If you were gonna sit down and have something that you love.
Many things. I like very much fresh vegetables. Cook with fresh vegetables, and every time I put a lot of herbs inside.
I love the vegetables we had tonight.
Sofegada, it's a Gretan dish. We put about 15 vegetables inside.
Yes, it had
Too many.
peas and zucchini and
Yes,
never too many vegetables.
Driving to Elunda, we pass by the sunny seaside town of St. Nicholas, named after the benevolent patron saint of sailors, fishermen, and really all of Greece.
We are in eastern Crete and Elunda Bay, a bay that was made famous when a former prime minister used to come and visit here.
After touring, we experienced luxurious fun in the sun Cretan style, or should I say Blue Palace style.
You look very handsome. This video,
Oh,
we're showing off your muscles.
I've been running around in 100-degree heat, so I'm gonna do this now.
Enjoy romantic dinner time at the Blue Palace. Alexis is the talented chef at the Blue Door Taverna, and the food here is exquisite. We enjoyed everything from the octopus to the domaba.
At home and here, that it's so important to cook with love.
Yeah.
It's something so soothing, like you feel you're having a spiritual experience eating your food. I felt that you said you learned from your grandmother.
Yeah, I love the Creta cuisine. I love also the fish and the herbs. The Creta herbs is so strong. We have a very strong sunside and sea salt from the winter time make the herb near to the sea very strong. And I cook with.
And it's so important because it's all part of the Mediterranean diet that's so healthy. The research for the Mediterranean diet originated here in Crete, and then you can eat all this food and know it's good for you too, and it tastes so delicious.
We have a lot of vegetables here.
Horta, I love the horta with olive oil and
Olive oil and lemon, nothing else. Nothing
fantastic.
else. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Cretan breakfast here at the Blue Palace, Elunda, tomato and feta. Poached eggs and spectacular view.
Now let's look at what a Cretan local might eat.
I am here with Maria at Captain Nicholas Taverna in Elunda, Greece. And here is a Greek breakfast, which is olives that she has picked up in the trees here in Elunda. And here they
winter brown.
in the winter brown, yes. What month do you harvest?
November.
November.
brown.
For 40 days you put it and soaked it to make them. Water
Change, every day change
and
the
feta
water.
made from sheep bath.
Yes, from there. Yes.
The Greek breakfast. How fantastic. And I am so excited because we're going to go in the kitchen and check out the horta, which is the basis for the Mediterranean diet and contribute to a long life. Horta, which you said you eat every day.
Every day.
And you have-
Catemera.
Yes.
Catemera, horta.
You boiled and then
And after
plain,
finish.
and then you put olive oil, yes, and lemon juice.
on finish.
Very good. You said you eat every day.
Every day.
And you have-
Catemera.
Everyday horta, you see? Thank you so much, Maria. And of course, fresh fish.
Red or very pinkish. Barbuni.
Barbuni.
Red mullet. This is because
What is it?
Greek Viagra.
Greek Viagra.
Seriously.
Sea urchin kinners.
Finally, we sit seaside at Captain Nicholas's Taverna for a memorable and very fresh seafood lunch. Octopodi, calamari, bravo.
Feast of the senses. We're now on our way to Spinalonga, which is a preserve where the Kri-Kri goat, the ancient Greek, probably the oldest, not Greek, the oldest goat in...
They're very old goats. in Greece.
Here's my
What else did you do?
archaeology buff husband.
What
You
else-
tell us about Spinalonga,
What else
honey.
do you do in Crete but check out goats?
And of course, you also have an amazing fort built by the Venetians. My hubby, my sweetheart. Oh. I love you in Greek.
In 1903, Spinalonga became a leper colony. While it was a place for people dealing with the health challenges of leprosy, it also became a place of support, community, and a touching story of the human spirit.
We're in the chapel where I can just imagine how much they prayed here, and healing did come. So perhaps there was a mind-body-faith connection. People obviously were praying for healing. This is a very ancient tradition of votive offerings. These are the body parts that people are hoping to heal. This says Efharisto, which means thank you, which means they were healed. So this chapel played a very important role in Spinalonga because faith was so important, and it is also the place where marriages were held, so there were happy times.
Today, Spinalonga draws travelers from around the world who want to experience its rich history and natural beauty.
Venetian-ruled Spinalonga fell to the Turks in 1715, regained its independence with the Greek Revolution in the early 1800s, and fell under German control during World War II. In an irony of World War II, the inhabitants were afforded unwritten immunity to the atrocities occurring on the outside as the Germans stayed away. Outside medical personnel would man the hospital and care for the afflicted patients. Inhabitants received supplies from the mainland as they toiled in daily life, but with more difficulty, of course. Most difficult would be the permanent separation from their loved ones just across the channel. Certainly life was no paradise on this quiet little island. After the cure was found, many stayed on the island to privately live out their lives until it was finally closed in 1957.
I would have to say your faith would have to be pretty strong to go through that. But a cure was found, and perhaps part of the cure of this lepers colony was body, mind, and prayer. And people were able to leave the island.
Next up, and I mean way up in the Psilioritis mountain range near Mount Ida, the highest point on Crete and mythologically where Zeus was raised, we came to see the excavations of a Bronze Age settlement or trading post called Nomonthos. Minoans long ago may have stopped here on a pilgrimage to Mount Ida. We were fortunate to have met up with prominent archaeologist, the late Dr. Yannis Sakalarakis, and his wife Effie, who gave us a tour of the site of Nomonthos.
This is amazing. We were sitting at an ancient table, and I can just imagine how they ate back in ancient times. Right next to us is where they would make the cheese.
Which is almost like an igloo-shaped pile of rocks, if you will. And there's a hearth in the center. It was originally about this level, and they've reconstructed the upper part. Professor Sakalarakis and his wife Effie did a beautiful job.
This is truly modern times meets ancient. And this is, they're making Greek coffee with the briki. Some coffee, some sugar, you put it in there, you let the foam up, it makes delicious Greek coffee. The Greeks know how to eat and enjoy life. And it just shows that, you know, whether ancient or modern times, people still love enjoying eating outside and eating the Mediterranean diet, which staples of nuts, seeds, fish, greens, herbs, everything that will keep you living a very long life.
We also came to visit the mayor of one of the highest situated villages on the island of Crete, the small, tight-knit, and I mean tight, the village of Anoia. The Cretan people have long earned a reputation for defying any invader's wishes, sometimes with dire consequences. The remembrance of this catastrophe will forever be frozen in the hearts and minds of the people of Crete. Coming down from Mount Ida and the Psiloritis Range, you find yourself in the sunny seaside city of Rethymnon.
The Hotel Aquila is a sparkling splash on the coast of Rethymnon. The salads, the seafood, the desserts, the fruits, and a table for two alongside the sea and the surf.
We're in Rethymnon, Crete, right in the center of town where it's bustling with activity and life and shops and food markets, and I highly suggest that you check it out. See, everyone's romantic here in Rethymnon, Crete. This fountain is from the 17th century. The 3 lions represent that is a Venetian made.
And now it's a great place to come and take your photo.
We're having lots of fun checking out the shopping section of Rethymnon, Crete. Woo! Goddess earrings.
And for your Greek god, a sexy white shirt.
Oh, look, it has a round collar.
I've seen these Cretan knives used to prepare food, and luckily not for any other uses.
But if you go up here, and if you work out all your worries in the worry beads, then you don't need those. Behind me is the gyro. It's very traditional in Greece, very delicious, also well known. It's usually made from pork. It's on rotating spits. Oh, bravo. Beautiful. It's Greek fast food. In Rethymnon, of course, there is an abundance of amazing produce. At this fruit and vegetable stand, and lots of greens. Not only is this a fruit and vegetable stand, but there's traditional Cretan products. Everything from ouzo, raki, to olive oil, to honey, to traditional herbs, to look at these olives. Just buckets and buckets of olives. My favorite, olives and olive oil. Staple of the Mediterranean diet.
And of course, we can't talk about the island of Crete and the Mediterranean diet without showing the abundance of fresh seafood available.
Here at the Palazzo Taverna, where the owner is very excited since Anthony Quinn once dined here in this rooftop garden.
Right there.
Right there with this gorgeous view. And I wonder if he Greek danced. Did he dance?
For dance, forget it. I'm
Like
not dancing
Zorba,
like this.
no dancing, just one. I'm trying to get him to Greek dance. I'm teaching you how to Greek dance. We're here at Enegron, and you can check out the wonderful rooms and stay on this working farm ranch hotel and be right with nature and eat homemade cheese that is made right there, fresh bread, food that has been grown right on the farm, and have a fantastic organic Mediterranean holiday.
Yanis and Fani Papadakis are the founders of Enegron, which means comes from the field.
My husband was a Coca-Cola.
In Athens.
Yes.
And then you decided no more business, like going
No,
back
yes,
to
yes,
nature.
yes.
How
Yes.
wonderful. It is so lovely to come here. I feel good already. What do you hope when people come here that they leave with, how they feel?
The first, it's the communication with the land that we have lost years and years. And the second, to use the small things that we need.
Simpler way of life contributes to being healthier and happier, yes?
Yes.
I mean, for people who come to visit, or even people watching this in the city, if they could come visit, or even back home, take time to eat fresh food, to sit with people at the
Yes,
table.
to come, to walk, to live with us, because they live with us, to live with the people in the village. It's the village of my husband.
Axos?
And, yes,
Yes,
Axos.
wonderful village.
Axos is an ancient village from the classic years.
And that you can eat all the fresh food that you're making
yes.
right here is my
We make here
favorite part.
or around this area, and we try to cook in a healthy way, yes, a traditional way.
naturally organic, of course.
Yes, not organic.
I have my natural oregano, lavender, and basilico basil, and I'm so excited to have my meal here that has either been grown on the farm here or in surrounding farms, and enjoy life, love, and food. And the best part is sitting out at the table and enjoying it together. This is an amazing way to romance the table here in Crete in Oxos village. We're at Enegron, which is an amazing farm, hotel, ranch that you can stay at and experience the old way of living. There's a journalist named Michael Pollan, and he has In Defense of Food, and he says for Americans to vote with their fork. So don't buy the things with the chemicals and the pesticides. Buy, organic, and then eat the way your grandmother would eat.
Yes.
So the cheese, the way they made the cheese there is the way they would make it in the metato.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful
It's the
for
same.
showing us that.
Yes, and the meat, it's how they make here. It is a more healthy way to cook the lamb. It is also a way that comes from many, many years ago.
Yeah, so do you put anything on it at all? I see a little salt.
Only salt.
Only salt, very nice. No olive oil, nothing, just plain. To try some, amazing. Very soft, I see. Wow. Our knee lamb that was just cooked out in the spit right there. Tender, delicious, very mild, very fresh. These are tomatoes and stuffed zucchini flour.
On the stove that was in the middle of the living room.
Fantastic. Stuffed with rice, and you taste the spearmint, and of course tomatoes. They're so tender here. And they're served warm, which is delicious too. With a little...
Tzatziki sauce, traditionally made with cucumbers, plain yogurt, garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper, dill, and lemon.
Domada. We get so excited when there's food we love. That's healthy. It's guilt-free, it's good for you, and it tastes so delicious. Because it's so good for you. I like to laugh. This is great. Inner massage. Yeah. Oh, that's goat.
And beans.
Very good.
Yes. This is olives.
Delicious olives. Olives of every kind. Some olives that are more dried than others. Big olives, small olives, delicious olives made all over the Greek islands, but mainly on Crete.
But important, it's olives.
Exactly. And we're
Any
here.
olive is a good olive.
Exactly, especially the
Especially
Greek
these.
olives or the Cretan olives. And we are enjoying this wonderful Mediterranean meal, which I think is quite romantic because if you eat Mediterranean cuisine, it's one of the healthiest in the world and you will feel fantastic.
I feel fantastic.
Which is great for your relationship and love and a marriage. Going to see them make cheese. Okay, phew, hot. Not as hot as yesterday, so cooler. Yes. Hello.
Here at Enegron, we're making goat cheese, kefalotyri, which is a delicious Cretan cheese. It feels as if we're going back to ancient times and experiencing how they made cheese on the farm. In Crete, kefalotyri cheese is very similar to kefalograviera or Gruyere. From here, they put the cheese in a cave for 90 days at 43 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit, after which the cheese develops its characteristic yellow color.
We have Mazita cheese here that was just made. It can be served hot or cold. Delicious, very mild. Actually, one of my favorite cheeses. And they said in the wintertime it is made from sheep. That's very nice with a pastry, yes?
And with honey also.
Oh, drizzled. We were in the taverna and the lady, I asked her what the cheese was made out of, and she said it's made from bah. That was great. I think it was sheep, right?
And of course, no Greek meal is complete until the bread is made.
From the leaves we put
Next to the bread,
yeah,
yes?
to smell nice.
Smells nice. The bread is going to the oven. We're checking to see if the bread is done. It's ready. If it's heavy, it's not ready. If it's light, it's ready. The bread, the fruits of our labor. Behind me, we have people making goat cheese. In the kitchen, we saw how they made bread. Right here, they are grilling arni and the apto, which is the lamb. And best of all is that this food is so good for you. The research of the Mediterranean diet originated in Crete about how you can live a long life, and this is a big aspect of it. The diet, of course, eating outside and eating around the table, sharing companionship and camaraderie is another big aspect. Yes, you sit around the table. You have the slow way of life, and yes, the way
κουβεντιάζουμε, λέμε τα ανέκδοτά μας, περνάει ο χρόνος και παράλληλα τρώμε και πίνουμε το κρασάκι.
Wow, myrtle steeped in rocky.
Myrtle garlands were sacred symbols of love and immortality to the Greek goddesses Aphrodite and Demeter.
I think people in the cities can learn or relax at the table. Yes. Breathe, enjoy. It is sacred time to eat and be together and enjoy the food. Yes, I strongly believe that. Kaliadiki. Happy eating, good eating. Like a Greek wedding. Did you ride donkeys?
Yes.
With the music, just like I was married in Santorini, and donkeys and the musicians. Yes.
With guns?
No guns, no guns.
Fireworks.
They did you use guns, yes?
One gun.
At the end or the beginning?
At the beginning.
To make sure you get married? Or is it just, what does the gun mean? It's symbolism, probably. The men, yes. Most of all, I love the greens. Look at all the greens. Looks like we have fennel and some wild mountain greens and lettuce and dried tomatoes. I would love to serve you. Arugula or rocket. Arugula, peppery taste. Purslane, very popular. A little thicker leaves. Very nice. I love my greens. Samnagati. Ooh, has a kick. So eat a lot of your greens. Start today. Live long. Live like a Cretan. Okay, this is assortment of nuts with petametsi. Many different nuts and poppy seeds and very sweet. This is the cheese that we just made. Mizitra cheese, petametsi, and walnut.
And this is
a sweet dessert cheese. Very good. Mizitra. Often baked in pastries. Look at that, fresh fruit. Oh, spoon sweets. Wild orange. And the myrtle, that's beautiful. Here at Enegran, it would be a wonderful place for couples to come as well. Families, children, but I would think it would be quite romantic because you can dine underneath the stars or outdoors on this amazing food that is made right here on the farm. Natural and organic and delicious, and live a long, happy life.
It's just magical and romantic.
Very romantic.
Highly recommend it. The goddess?
And the Greek. No, I am the goddess. You are the Greek.
I'm the Greek. Or the geek.
Ευχαριστώ.
Ευχαριστώ
Thank
και εγώ.
you so much.
Να είστε καλά.
You too. We're in the old port of Hanya, where you can truly enjoy romantic times at the table, Mediterranean style. You have these great views, you have the wonderful Mediterranean Sea, and you can have a fabulous time in Hanya, Crete.
Once a Minoan settlement the Greeks called Kydonia, it was important enough for the Kydonians to achieve mention in Homer's Odyssey. After the classical period, it was Roman, later Byzantine, and then in 1205 AD became Venetian for 400 years, giving Hanya its characteristic Venetian architecture. Artists and intellects flourished here.
Hanya is a desirable place to be. You want to know where the locals eat? Follow me. I'm taking the goddess route. Of course, to a delicious taverna near City Hall by the water.
Hi, we're here in the old port area of Hanya. They have wonderful tavernas, and we're going to be dining at Karnaio that has a delicious Cretan menu. And this is dining Mediterranean style. al fresco, outside, sharing this wonderful romantic meal here in Hanya.
The goddess in the Greek.
The goddess in the Greek. We have our Greek salad, we have horta, and we have this traditional dish called boreki.
In Hanya, boreki is a baked pie casserole filled with sour mazitra or feta cheese, sliced zucchini, sliced potatoes, and spearmint with a thick crust of phyllo dough topped with sesame seeds. Even Hanya's Greek Horiatiki village salad has a regional flair, seen here with stamnagathi, a Cretan green that contributes to longevity.
Greek salad. Love that. Look at these tomatoes. So fresh. Should we try some sea urchin? It's Greek Viagra, honey.
Trying sea urchin. Now this is just what, the meat or egg?
It's not eggs, it's gonads.
It's what?
Gonads.
Oh my God!
Even better.
Whoa! So are you eating the gonads? Hey, they're strong like a bull. The sea urchin is actually very good. Horto pizza. Horto and sour mazitra.
Imam Bayildi is a stuffed eggplant or aubergine with cheese and bechamel sauce.
So the fish we're having is red mullet. Okay, I saw that at the fish market.
Barbounaki. The way we eat it, it has to be small, not big.
Okay.
And usually they are coated in flour and deep fried. So first you eat the tail,
You're eating the tail, okay, yeah.
then you eat this.
Wow.
Bones and all. Actually, the bones are very good. He's eating the head. You eat it bones and all.
And you eat the central bone? No?
Maybe not that bone, but.
You can eat all the bones of our next fish.
Sardines. Sardellas, made with olive oil and lemon. Sardines are so good for you. Oh, amazing.
Moussaka originally came with potato puree, but the French influences brought on the bechamel sauce, which is made from butter, flour, and milk.
Fame, good. Thank you. That's plenty for me.
We always make sure it sits for at least an hour before we eat it.
I see why, yeah. Then all the flavors get...
That's why it rests. It's not boiling, it's not cooking anymore.
And add on the horta or greens and vegetables to complete this delicious Mediterranean meal. But wait, one of our goddess and the Greek favorites is stuffed peppers and tomatoes called yemiste, or as my husband likes to say, yummy stuff. Thank you, Mr. Manos, for a great Hanya experience at your Taverna Karnaio. I also asked where he gets his fresh ingredients.
I'm outdoors on the balcony at the Kidan Hotel. Across the street is the market. This is an excellent location, right in the center of Hanya. We're on our way to the food market in Hanya. It's a great place for culinary treats and delicious Cretan food. Go check it out. This is a fantastic place where you can get cheese, olive oil, tavernas, and of course, fresh fish. The staples of the Mediterranean diet are right here.
And a few other things. A lot of things.
Right here is mountain tea, which is also chamomile. Very soothing. Of course, figs, which I love and was a staple of my grandfather's Mediterranean diet, and he lived to be 97. Pistachios, hazelnuts, walnuts. A lot of these are part of course, this is part of the Mediterranean diet, the nuts and the grains. The fish is the main element of the Mediterranean diet. What is the name of your taverna?
Michelas.
Michelas. And you're Michelas?
Yes.
Okay, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So people could come here and have
Yes.
delicious seafood.
Yes.
What is this?
It's something very extraordinary. Fish fillet, it's without bones.
Okay.
It's with fresh garlic, tomato, olive oil, white sauce, and okra together.
That looks so good. Oh, snails.
This
Yes.
is snails.
Okay.
It's also a traditional way that we make it with fresh potato, zucchini, olive oil, tomato sauce, and herbs inside.
Fantastic. And then is this your family?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Hello, nice to meet you. Oh, you're making the greens? Is she making the horta? It's my favorite thing to eat. It's very, very nice. Can I have a photo? What kind of cheese is this? Fantastic. We're here in the cheese shop and we just had sour mazitra cheese, which is very delicious, and sweet mazitra is excellent in desserts. Mele. Honey?
Yeah.
Gruyere. Mmm. Fantastic. Of flavors. Feed the cameraman. Need some water.
Raki.
Uh-oh. Wow. Fire water. Stafado with rabbit?
Beef, yes.
Fantastic. Mistake?
Give me
Yes,
stamp.
okay. Meat or rice?
No, rice.
Rice, okay. What is the name of your place?
Agapinis.
Agapinis, okay. You can come down to the food market and have lunch, and this looks very delicious here at
Agapinis.
And of course, olive oil. Now, for those of you who may not know, extra virgin olive oil has the lowest acidity, so you do want to look for that. Usually below 0.8. Now, they're saying it's 0.3. That's pretty incredible. I would have to say I owe everything to olive oil.
I decided to talk to an olive oil expert outside Hanya to get the truth behind all these virgin versions of olive oil.
Behind me, you can see the gorgeous olive trees, the staple of the Mediterranean diet. And the gorgeous sun and warm climate makes it perfect for winemaking, olives, and all the delicious produce that is part of the Mediterranean diet. Wow, an 800-year-old olive tree. It's amazing. With me is an olive oil expert.
My name is Stefanidaki Katsouraki Evangelia. I'm a chemist and I work in the Subtropical Plants and Olive Tree Institute in Hanya.
We eat it every day. It's like the elixir of the gods.
That's good.
Because I'm Greek Italian. My husband is American Greek, and it's a very important part of the Mediterranean diet. It's the basis.
The basic constituent is olive oil.
Yes. Hippocrates had over 60 uses for olive oil, therapeutically as well.
Yes.
For health reasons.
For health reasons, to prevention for the ulcer.
The
Stomach
ulcer?
pains.
Ah.
Yes, to prevent from cancer, because olive oil consists of antioxidants.
Antioxidants, yes.
Main, especially in Crete, we use mostly olive oil for cooking.
Right.
And also for salads, of course.
Of course. Can you tell people if they want to go purchase a good olive oil? Of course, we're in Crete, so the Cretan olive oil is fantastic.
Yes.
But if you want to look for extra virgin olive oil, talk about the acidity level.
First, you see the extra virgin, and then see the label to see what the acidity, to say that it's a Greek product. And then other characteristics like organoleptic.
Organic, that it's organic. Okay.
Yes.
So the extra virgin olive oil, is my understanding that it's under 0.8% for acidity.
Less than that.
So it should be less.
Less or equal.
That for very good.
You should see if it's less, it's better.
The lower the better,
the
yes.
The lower the better.
So there's your tip when you buy that extra virgin olive oil.
But usually they say the maximum is 0.8%.
0.8, right. Yes. The times around the table contribute to your longevity and health just as much as the healthy food that you're eating, yes.
Yes, it's the combination of food with the lifestyle. I think this is
the Mediterranean lifestyle.
Yes.
I know a siesta once in a while is great.
Yes,
too.
of course. It's a very good thing.
So,
most of the people do this siesta.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because of my Greco-Roman roots, I'm very passionate about the Mediterranean lifestyle. Turns out that goddesses even like to nap. And the siesta is a common habit that takes place here in the Mediterranean. It also contributes to your longevity. A top researcher, Dr. Dimitrios Trikopoulos at the Harvard School of Public Health, showed that if you nap 3 times a week for 30 minutes, you can cut your rate of cardiovascular disease by 37%. Now that's a great reason to nap. If you can't nap, perhaps you can just meditate for 10 minutes. Because if you're eating the Mediterranean diet, it's also important to have a positive diet of positive thoughts. And that will contribute to you feeling like a Greek goddess.
Deep into the hills and villages south of the town of Hanya, you will find the small and charming boutique winery.
Hi, I'm here at the Manoussakri Winery in Hanya, Crete, which makes Nostos wine. And today we are going to have supper outside. This is the ultimate and Mediterranean style dining underneath the sky, the stars, with the sounds of nature, and eating delicious Cretan cuisine which is also delicious Mediterranean cuisine, one of the healthiest cuisines in the world.
We are in the village of Vatolakos in Chania, and this is a house that's about 250 years old. So it was built by my great-grandmother.
I'm here with Alexandros, the founder's daughter, correct?
Yes.
And you're a father and daughter team.
Yes, we are. The name of our wine is Nostos, which is the root word of nostalgia. That basically has a lot to do with our family and the fact that my dad always wanted to come back here and always wanted to be with his roots again. Nostos has 6 different labels that come from 4 different grape varieties. So it's Syrah, Grenache, Roussanne, and Mourvedre. And those are varieties from the Rhone area of France.
What's on the menu?
We have a lot of different typical Cretan dishes on the menu, including dako, which is sort of appetizer with rusks, a type of bread, tomatoes and cheese on it. Dolmadakia, which are grape leaves, goat and tomato sauce, and other different Cretan specialty dishes, especially in this area.
Now the guests are arriving, so we're going to have our delicious meal outdoors al fresco in this beautiful winery. Now this is an amazing way to dine Cretan style here in Chania, and eating Cretan delicacies that are just delicious and absolutely healthy for you. And one of my favorites has just arrived, the Horiatiki villager salad with amazing feta made from sheep and goat, tomatoes. Look how vine ripened those tomatoes are. They are bursting with color. This is what I eat almost every day, my husband and I, so we can live the Mediterranean way. And also to share it with those you love, and to be in an amazing atmosphere and eating the most delicious food that is also good for you. You eat this food, you will look like a Greek god and goddess, I promise you. So follow the Mediterranean diet and lifestyle. It's everything I believe in. Dining into the evening under the stars, because Mediterraneans know how to linger around the table. We're here in the old port of Chania at night. It's a Wednesday night, it's around 11 o'clock, and everyone is out strolling. There are families, couples. You would think it's 8 o'clock. Everything is so lively. Look at these beautiful tavernas to dine in. You can go shopping, families are out. It's just a really wonderful time. You feel as if you're in Saint-Tropez or another wonderful Riviera city. Chania, Crete. We're strolling the night away. It's very romantic and very Mediterranean.
Try it out for yourself. It's a big island, so enjoy. Adios.
Yasu. This is the bell at Greco Farms. Okay, this is a wonderful chapel. You could be married at Greco Farms, which is so beautiful. You have olive trees, these gorgeous views, and of course you can have your reception right up here. Look at this gorgeous table. If you're having a wedding here or just want to have an event, you have this amazing view and beautiful natural decor at the organic Greco traditional farm.
And a working farm it is, with methods that date back to a simpler time long ago, when man's other best friend would pull Ma and Pa around on a bottom-studded sled to thresh the wheat kernels from the stalks. Speaking of Ma and Pa...
Okay, one smile. This is the grain. I am the goddess of the meat. This is a method that was used for threshing the wheat. Basically, it's taken up here and and the pieces would float away, and in the end, you would be left with the grain.
Grain that can be milled and made into yummy Cretan delight. And there's much more to do and experience here than just threshing grain.
We are in the olive oil pressing milling room. This is an olive oil mill, and basically women would go in the fields and pick the olives. This was used up until 1960s. Then the olives would be brought in here, and the donkeys would then walk around and around. Milling action would begin until the olives are crushed, and that would turn into a paste. Then the paste is taken over here to the olive press, and these bags, which were back then made from goat's hairs, were then pressed, and the bags acted as filters. On the top would be the extra virgin olive oil, on the bottom would be the more acidic olive oil, that was then made into soap. It's really great being here on a farm. I hear all the sounds of nature. There are olive trees, there's beautiful greenery, and it's so delicious to see how people here are living in the natural rhythms of life, eating seasonally, eating organic, and living off of the wealth of the land.
Agreco's main attraction is the food.
We're making stuffed tomadas with grape leaves and peppers, tomato and zucchini and aubergines, and one of my favorite zucchini flowers. Look how fresh those are, just beautiful. And the filling is rice, onion, tomato, some zucchini, and spearmint. And see, they are stuffed and they will be cooked. And the stuffed tomadas, and we are taking the veins up, and I put this in the middle, and then you roll the sides. You roll. Okay, and then you roll. Very good. And see, they are stuffed and they will be cooked.
Cooked to a mouth-watering perfection and served with breathtaking views. I do believe our table is ready. You can have a romantic table for two, or a table to share with all of your friends.
I'm in heaven! Look at this gorgeous table at the organic Agreco traditional farm. Dining out here al fresco on the farm and eating this delicious yogurt made from goat's milk, and you have walnuts and honey, which is made right here on the farm.
Now that's a dessert you can eat anytime. Our Cretan feast started with Greek mezes like olives, artichokes, and marinated tassel hyacinth volvi. Local cheese, a classic horiatiki salata, entrees of potatoes with roast pork, chicken and rabbit, and our stuffed peppers, tomatoes, and zucchini.
I don't know what to eat first. It all looks so amazing. The zucchini flowers, the courgette. Everything is very sweet, the herbs, the spices, the tomato. A great dish to make at home with the stuffed rice, and you can have all the delicious vegetables, whatever might be in season.
And don't forget to take your sweetheart along for a romantic foodie experience. A visit to Agreco Farms is sure to put a smile on your face.
This is the goddess.
And the Greek.
In romantic Crete, where we've dined underneath the stars in the sky and just totally
Blissed out.
blissed out. And we've enjoyed many other romantic places in Crete and Greece, and we recommend you come here and have the time you will remember forever. I had such an amazing time in Crete. I feel like a Greek goddess. I really enjoyed the romance of the Mediterranean, the cuisine, the people, the scenery, and the sights. I totally recommend that you have your own Greek goddess experience. This is Aphrodite, also known as Cynthia Dodona, bringing you wisdom here in Crete.